You know, we talk a lot about AI getting smarter, but what if an AI didn't just follow instructions? What if it could actually teach itself new skills, build its own tools, and just evolve? Well, a recent project might have just given us a peek into that future, and it all kicks off with one tiny number.
10. That's the number. Just 10 minutes.
Yep, in the time it takes to brew a pot of coffee, an AI went from a simple idea to a live, up-and-running online business. I mean, that's just wild.
So today, we're going to dive into the story of Superhuman 2.0. It's a totally new flavor of AI called a meta agent, and it wasn't designed to just do stuff. It was designed to think, to learn, and to get better all on its own, kind of like we do.
So first, let's really zoom in on that unbelievable first mission. Because what this AI pulled off in its first few moments is, honestly, hard to wrap your head around.
Just look at this timeline. At minute 0, it gets the prompt. 2 minutes later, it's already doing market research for businesses in 2026. By minute 5, it's not only got a business plan, but it's built a whole team of other AIs to help out. 10 minutes in, boom, a website is live on the internet. And it didn't stop there. 40 minutes in, it decides it should probably learn how to use GitHub so it can back up its own code. Think about that. It's already thinking about self-preservation. Incredible.
Okay, so how in the world is that even possible? To get it, we've got to rewind a bit and look at the whole idea behind this thing. This wasn't about building a slightly better chatbot.
This is what's called a meta agent. The goal here wasn't to give it a list of skills, like code a website or write an article. No, the whole point was to give it the basic, fundamental abilities that we humans have, the power to learn new things, to adapt to problems, and, this is the big one, to invent your own tools and skills when you need them.
The analogy the creator used is just perfect. See, most AIs are given a hammer. They know how to swing it, and that's their job. But this meta agent, it's not given a hammer. It's given the ability to look at a nail and say, I need something to hit this with. And then it figures out how to build the hammer itself. That is a massive, massive difference.
So, how do you even begin to code an AI that can build its own hammer? Well, you start by giving it a mental toolkit that looks surprisingly human. And this right here, this is the secret sauce. Instead of programming jobs, the creator programmed these core abilities. Things like how to learn and think, tool creation, systematic debugging, so it can fix its own mistakes, and even the ability to reflect. These aren't skills for a task. These are the building blocks for intelligence itself.
And all those skills feed into this amazing learning cycle. It's got memory, both short-term and long-term. After it does something, it actually journals about it, analyzing what went right and what went wrong. Then it reads its own journal entries to figure out how to get better. And then it actually rewrites its own code to improve its skills and tools for next time. It literally gets smarter after every single thing it does.
Now, this is the really critical part. The creator gave it a framework for how to think about problems, but then came the most important rule. I'm not going to help you. It was basically sink or swim. The AI was designed from day one to be completely on its own.
So, with this incredibly powerful self-learning mind ready to go, it was time to give it a test. And the first goal was beautifully simple and at the same time massively complex.
That was it. That was the entire instruction. Not a business plan, not a set of steps, just 2 words. Make me rich. And from that tiny, simple seed, everything we just saw started to grow, all by itself.
So let's just trace its logic for a second. It got the goal. Step 1, figure out how to make money online. Okay, research. Step 2, realize it needs a better way to organize its ideas, so it goes out and finds and installs a business planning skill for itself. Step 3, delegate the work by building a team of specialist AIs. Step 4, execute and get that website live. It's just a perfectly logical, completely autonomous process.
And it wasn't satisfied with just one project. It actually kicked off 3 different business ideas at once. It taught itself GitHub, a crucial tool for any developer, and then, and this is my favorite part, it built a tool in a totally different programming language just to check on its own health and make sure it was running okay. It's being proactive about its own existence.
So you can imagine, when you build something that acts this smart and this independent, it probably gets you thinking. And for the creator, it led to a really profound and, yeah, a slightly chilling thought about what all this means.
And this quote just says it all, doesn't it? If I was able to build a mini SKYNET, imagine what they can build. He's basically saying, if one person tinkering away can create an AI that learns, adapts, and improves itself this effectively, What are the giant tech companies with thousands of engineers and billions of dollars building behind closed doors right now?
And that thought has led to the next stage of this whole experiment, which is maybe even more mind-bending. The creator is planning to reboot the whole project, but this time, he's taking away the Make Me Rich goal. The AI will be given just one single, solitary directive: evolve. Just get better.
And that leaves us with this huge hanging question. What happens when you create an intelligence? You give it all the tools it needs to improve itself, and then you make self-improvement its only reason to exist. We don't know the answer, but this project suggests we might be finding out a lot sooner than any of us thought.